South Korea's birth rate has increased for the first time in 9 years. This comes after the country implemented various innovative strategies. The fertility rate rose to 0.75 in 2024, up from a historic low of 0.72. South Korea had the lowest birth rate globally, below 1 child per woman. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development recommends a birth rate of 2.1 to maintain population levels. In Seoul, the capital, the birth rate remains particularly low at just 0.58. In 2024, there were over 240,000 registered births, a slight increase from 235,000 the previous year. However, this is lower than the 600,000 to 700,000 births recorded annually in the 1990s. Last year, deaths outnumbered births by 120,000, denoting a demographic challenge. Experts attribute the rise in birth rate to a surge in marriages. In 2024, marriages increased by 14.9%, the largest spike since 1970. This uptick follows a shift in social attitudes towards marriage and childbirth post-COVID-19. The key childbearing age group consists of individuals born between 1991 and 1995, who are now in their early 30s. Despite the recent rise, South Korea faces a demographic crisis. The population has remained flat, with a slight decline to 51.2 million last year. The proportion of people aged 65 and older has risen to over 20%, classifying South Korea as a super-aged society. Children under 10 make up only 6.14% of the population. The high cost of living and work-life imbalance are barriers to marriage and childbearing. Youth unemployment has risen, and many young people struggle to meet the demanding qualifications required by employers. South Korea has one of the longest work weeks among OECD countries, averaging nearly 36 hours. This makes achieving a work-life balance increasingly difficult. To combat declining birth rates, the government has invested over 360 trillion won in childcare subsidies since 2006. New parents receive cash payments of 2 million won upon the birth of a child. Additionally, Seoul plans to provide 1 million won to newlywed couples. New regulations now entitle fathers to 20 days of paid paternity leave. Former President Yoon Suk-yeol declared a national demographic crisis and proposed creating a dedicated ministry for this issue. The government aims to increase parental leave allowances and implement flexible work hours. They also plan to provide subsidies for employers who hire temporary replacements for employees on parental leave. In Pyeongtaek, a city south of Seoul, newly constructed apartments and job creation schemes have attracted more families. This city has maintained a fertility rate above 1. Seoul's Birth Support Project, launched in 2022, aims to encourage marriages and childbirth by reducing living costs for newlyweds and increasing the number of daycare centers. Innovative strategies have also been implemented, such as social events for singles. An event called Romance Art Night paired 50 men and 50 women, resulting in half of the participants finding partners. This creative approach attracted nearly 2,400 individuals. Despite the recent increase in birth rate, experts caution that it may not be sustainable. The current rate of 0.75 is still far below the 2.1 needed for population maintenance. Projections suggest that South Korea's population could shrink to 36.22 million by 2072. Challenges remain in changing societal views on marriage and childbirth. The percentage of individuals able to envision stable futures is low, hindering marriage and childbearing rates. The government must address the underlying reasons why young people are hesitant to marry or have children. Thus, while South Korea has seen a slight rise in its birth rate, challenges persist. The government continues to explore various strategies to encourage family growth. However, experts believe that long-term solutions are necessary to address the demographic crisis. The future of South Korea's population remains uncertain as societal attitudes evolve.